Hello everybody. Okay, so I want to share a concept with you all that I taught in my challenge that I thought was really cool. Just being able to refine it, and something that I find is super helpful, because I don't know how many of you struggle with following through on things, but many of my clients do, and I want to be able to help with that, or at least give you some ways or a tool in which to help you in being able to follow through on things. So one of the things is I want you to imagine like a scale, and this is a scale of importance. Okay, so on one side you've got say you're meeting with someone, right? Because what often happens with our schedule is that we will set a meeting with ourselves, whether that's just working on our business, working on a project, or even if it's just lunchtime. We'll set an appointment with ourselves, but we don't honor it. We don't think it's that important. Or if something else comes up, we will choose that it's not as important. We won't honor it. So on one side of the scale, we've got kind of like not as important, and then we got really important, right? And a lot of times, the time that we set aside for ourselves goes on the side of like not so important, not as important. And then if we were to say, okay, what would be on the scale of importance for us to like show up to a meeting? To me, it's like if I had a job interview, right? That was, back when I was applying for jobs, that was pretty important. I want to be on time. Like that's super important. That's something I like show up early to. Another thing that I can imagine is if I had a meeting with like a celebrity or a mentor or someone that I like really honor and respect. It's like, okay, you're going to meet with David A. Bednar, or you're going to meet with the prophet. It's just like, I would be there like 20 minutes early. I'd be like thinking, I'd be freaking out, but it would be so important to me that of course I would get there. Of course I would be there at that meeting. No way I wouldn't show up. I'm there. Now, there's little things in between, right? It's like we might say, okay, a client appointment, like that's pretty important. We're going to be there. There might be like a group meeting, right? Group meeting, a family meeting, a family appointment, a family outing, right? Say you're going to meet with some in-laws, or you're going to, and they say, hey, our Thanksgiving dinner starts at 4 p.m. or Sunday dinner starts at 4 p.m. We're kind of moving down the scale. At least this is how it shows up for me. I don't know if it's that's you. If it is, then you can say this is totally my scale. But essentially, usually our things like lunch with ourselves, our business projects, those things go down on the importance scale. And we put things like addressing our kids, or helping with the neighbors, or helping with our church calling. We put those things above ourselves in terms of importance. And so when I think about, okay, why do people not follow through on the things that they say they're going to do? And part of it is this scale. Part of it is this idea that if we don't raise the importance of our own time, if we don't increase how valuable it is, then it's always going to be on the lower end of the scale, and we're always going to think that there's something else that we can do with our time that is worth more, that is a better use of our time, or is more important than what we have scheduled. And so as we raise our importance on this scale, as we say, no, like my time is valuable, I'm going to stick to this lunch that I had scheduled with myself, instead of addressing my little kid's homework, or, I'm going to keep my appointment to myself to finish this, post or whatever it is that I had scheduled, instead of answering this email or this text from someone in my ward, or whatever it is. And the thing is, though, and one thing that I just have to warn everybody about, and this goes with my clients as well, is that as you increase the importance of your time and what you do with your time, what also ends up happening is that you're more likely to increase the judgment for yourself if you don't meet that obligation. So If we set a time to go out with lunch with a friend and we don't show up, it's like we might beat ourselves up a little bit, but we're gonna forgive ourselves. If we didn't show up for a job interview, we'd be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that. It's like horrible. If we didn't show up for an appointment with the prophet, we'd be like, like I can't believe it. And we judge ourselves like so much more intensely on that side of things. And so with the increase of importance also has to come with it an increase of love for yourself, an increase of recognizing that you are a human and there will be times when you do not honor your plans, when you don't follow through. And that doesn't mean that we always have to follow through on everything that we say that we do. Really what I want to be able to communicate is like for those of you that consistently struggle with honoring what you say you're going to do, I want to invite you to let's increase the importance towards the scale of just like, you know what, if this was an appointment with the prophet, if this was something that I thought was super important, it's like I would be there. And I would be there on time. I'd be there at the time that I said I was going to be there. And increase the importance of just being able to say, hey, this business, everything that I'm working towards, everything that I am planning is valuable. It is worthy of importance because it's helping me to build something that I know God has inspired me to build. And so you increase the importance and you also increase the love. You increase those things, and even if you don't honor it exactly as you think you should, that you have that self-love for yourself, that it doesn't bring you down. It doesn't cause more not showing up for yourself because you're too busy beating yourself up. And we all know that when you do that, you're not going to do as much anyways. You're not going to do as much after the fact. So I just want to share that quick concept. If you are struggling with following through, struggling in doing those things, and struggling building your business, then you can check out some of my links. I'll probably be running another challenge, which I just got done with within the next couple months. And since I've done one, it was super amazing. So many good things that came from that. And they're just going to keep getting better. So I highly recommend that you get on the list to sign up for like when the next one will come up. So anyways, talk to you later. Have a good one. And we will see you. Okay? Bye.